Hurricane Dorian makes its slow move up the East Coast as we get a clearer look at the devastation left behind by the storm in the Bahamas. The storm is still spinning off the coast of Florida, but we will feel its effects in a few days. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Janelle Burrell.
And I'm Jim Donovan. Hurricane Dorian is marching up the East Coast at this hour as hurricane warnings remain in effect from North Florida through the Carolinas.
This is a live look at conditions right now in Folly Beach, South Carolina. The surf already starting to kick up there as Dorian approaches.
After missing a direct hit on Florida, Dorian is forecast to make a closer approach to the Carolinas tomorrow. It's now a Category 2 storm, but it has expanded in size, which means the strong winds are now covering a larger area. You can see the immense size of Dorian from space. This image was captured by NASA at the International Space Station this morning.
CBS correspondent Hillary Lane is in Daytona Beach as Dorian passes by the Florida coast.
Hurricane Dorian brought wind gusts and heavy rain to St. Augustine, Florida, as the storm slowly makes its way north up the east coast of the U.S.
Maybe gusts up to 40, 45, but that's not bad, not considering what it could have been.
Mandatory evacuations were in place for 8 counties in North Florida, including St. Augustine, but not everyone listened. Emergency officials are concerned about storm surge, especially in the beachfront communities.
Here in Daytona Beach, heavy rain and wind blew through the area overnight, leaving more than 2,000 people here without power.
The effects of Dorian are also being felt in Jacksonville. And while Florida didn't get the brunt of the storm, the Carolinas are still bracing for a direct hit. Store owners in Folly, South Carolina boarded up their businesses. Dorian could still potentially make landfall in the Carolinas Thursday or Friday.
Just waiting really to see how the surges are going to work out.
If it comes, it comes. You know, God always provides, y'all.
As Dorian, now a Category 2 storm, makes its way up the East Coast, the U.S. Navy has ordered ships based on Virginia's coast to head out to sea to avoid the hurricane. Hillary Lane, CBS News, Daytona Beach.
A new video from the Bahamas shows the devastating aftermath. Many areas remain underwater. Entire neighborhoods are flattened. Shipping containers and boats were hurled inland. Dorian pounded Abaco and the Grand Bahama Islands for 2 days with 30 inches of rain and a storm surge as high as 23 feet. The U.S. Coast Guard has rescued dozens of people after deploying several helicopters to the region. Many more residents are believed to be stranded.
At this point, we're still in the early stages of the response. We are concentrating very much on parts, fuel, people, communications gear.
The Red Cross says nearly 99% of people living in Abaco and Grand Bahama Island are in need of some kind of assistance. And we're going to continue following Dorian's track as the storm heads up the East Coast. When we are not on TV, you can always find the latest updates on our website, cbsphilly.com.